Okay, 6 is the highest. Okay. Yeah, sure, let's go with it. I think this is gonna be bad. Oh, what? Oh. No.
There
Okay.
is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Yeah. You want me to share the screen? This
And
shit's
not in
weird,
amount of
bro.
time passes. It is utterly void of struggle.
You sure you
No
know what, dude? That's
ex-wives are
weird.
contained within it. Yes, it is.
Would you want to see that share screen?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead
Fucking
angle.
getting it. Trying to lose some weight,
Soaked in
buddy.
some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated.
I need to buy a
and
camera so I can do
shameful.
it.
A ball of meat surrounding you.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just nice. We're coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion?
Fear and
What the
apprehension.
fuck is happening?
You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. Yo, you can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Infinitesimally small. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. Yes, it is. And you drowned in that. You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canena motor carriage.
Before the game even started, I just had a conversation with my own brain for... What the fuck? Before you even open your eyes, you have like this conversation with your own, like, different parts of your brain. And I think I'm drunk. Oh no, I just woke up from a hangover. Taking a shower sounds like a good call. Oh, never mind.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie.
$17.38.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not, unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days, on official police. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
What the fuck?
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes? The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central.
Yeah?
Those words tell me something else. Feel like something you've said innumerable times before. Your mouth is the very shape of them.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco, a slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want... I went out afterwards.
Oh.
Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. Glad to have been of assistance.
I just had a whole fucking conversation with just a random person in my apartment. What is...
The door is closed.
Can I not go down? Oh, I need to hit a button to go down the stairs.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on. As you approach, he narrows. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct...
You realize he's waiting. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the corpse. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Mm-hmm. 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 So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from...
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job.
He nods.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our... After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity? I have no idea what that means.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the shards face outward. Whatever, a fine web of scarring covers the back of more likely a projectile than a held object. Something you've done before. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the... Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other. The window agrees. It's cracked. The bed is cold.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after night.
There they both are. Two identical, like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear, a norm. Good, they're balanced, comfy. A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it...
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just use...
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
As you blow this joint, behind you,
Real mature, man. Real mature.
What the hell?
Hello, sweetie.
wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Yes, and it seems to me that you do well to stick close to him. He has, and even if he weren't there, I don't think you'd have much use for me. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair. Perhaps another time. Of course.
What the fuck?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself calmly. The lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, but only a little, then out of the window again.
What are you doing? We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol.
Oh my god.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Oh goodness.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Shove it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah, right!
Shits himself.
The rake,
Jesus.
Kuno! You should throw the rake!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there?
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions, like a cop.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Probably You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him if that...
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name.
Your test...
Get lost,
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes, and isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted. Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than... You feel a great force ringing from your stomach until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. Sure you do. You just threw up a lot. There's Frit nearby. There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
This trash container is locked. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but the body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death. The lieutenant leans in to inspect the lock.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or... Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
He might also have information. This is better than... an inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed?
Be still, my beating heart. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Of course, detective. Swift justice. Don't worry, we don't have...
Yeah, swift lightning.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you You could have died there. Shit.
Hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. This button looks new, but...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Oh, what is it? I'm catching.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look...
We can sit on benches after we've solved...
You can revisit the bench if you ever need...
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large end. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gate. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold, useful for opening all sorts of doors, and the handles are... It's robust. Weather lets you see things. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheat the frequency tableau like the soft purr of electrical kitten.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number...
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Officer, I have Sylvie... Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
So the union has a phone, and there's one further down the...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a... What misogyny? I'm just telling things that you have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to think you can do that, Lieutenant Love. You're just a gimp. What?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? 57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
I'm very confused. Yeah, I kind of picked a funny one too.
There he still is, looking right. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. No matter how strong you think you are.
That's disappointing.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
How are we supposed to get this body down?
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring. Like
you're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. No. This is a two-man assignment because you need to get your shit together. No, it's not, officer. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the week.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then...
there he still is, looking right. with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want...
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to...
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it... Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. Do I have a shaker in my hand?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little... That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Hey, calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it. Mine? No, it belongs...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobo...
I thought as much. And are you the only party?
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? Why did you say that? The old thesaurus comes up empty. Maybe you should ask the lieutenant. You don't really know, do you? Something produced by the random firing of synapses doesn't sound like a place you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo.
What the fuck?
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops. Don't. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time to shine, Hobo Cop. Dive into that dumpster for extra content. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. not as expensive. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches. No, you won't. Because none of those things are real. They're not actually in there. All you see is food waste, and all you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab.
You see milk and egg rest with one. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soleil sits among the threadbare kitchen towels as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garment.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong, drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in...
The fuck's he on about?
See?
The lieutenant nods. Then, look, it's just organic. Nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple bit. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous...
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become très disco?
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Oh my god.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do...
Oh my god.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? It's a below the pathetics. Terror. Do not look into its blue heart. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, case files, commit, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2K. What do you mean? Is that all?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system, each in a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the... It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close. There is, for precisely, once all the tasks are accomplished, the case. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down... The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do, barely. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang. He is not really saying anything. Just absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly. Onto the paper with a brash free hand. Inspect the interview. It's not exactly poetry. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of...
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
The notebook is annual. It says you don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with 841 is your precinct. It's safe to say those are the initials of the officer responsible for the case. Your initials. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Then rip them from the binder and hand them. 3. The topmost are misconduct. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear, being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the...
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 4... There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. Ha ha ha! Again, the corpse laughs at you, pus dripping from its... Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now.
I failed a
All that's
72%
left
check.
is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
I'm at a loss as well. I could
Sometimes even that is not.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere.
Okay. Fuck. I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got...
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She pops her raspberry. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic.
Okay. I'm not...
She looks up from...
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. Uh-huh.
You see several packaged rank. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over it. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like... You need a bag, I guess. Feel free to use it if you find a...
Brother. Okay.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were... How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service, CS Municipal.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track... Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would... Yes? What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that. If you... What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Oh, goodness. Oh, I want to go up the stairs. Okay.
The door is closed. There is no... You hear the shower being... A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed.
Okay, how do I get to where my jacket was?
A mirror hangs hot water. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath this. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? It's not. You're not. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? They might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past.
Okay, how did I get up on the fucking roof, man?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
Yep, no idea that anymore. Jesus.
Tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous... That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of head, but I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what...
Or it could be that we had just...
scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for.
Good one, officer. Don't worry. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Body betrays.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Ham Sandwich race is Wayne begging for help. You gave the world, you dominated lesser culture. You will be superseded.
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the state. Bring your troops to the Seminole Islands and to Boogie Street, you all.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshehet's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of he does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your...
He had nothing to do with it. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
There are 3 categories of race. I knew you would go straight for them.
Yeah, I mean, other...
Yes, it would seem nonsense.
Though a receding genetic pool has led them. The Vespertine, the other large overproduction, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental, the Areopagites, the latter.
Nature was not capable of more.
The
Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest.
Yes. Pinkness, the Koiko.
Wouldn't he be one of 4 ethno-states?
They are. Its leaders will be the Revasholi.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over. The revolution. Enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips, lesser races, the mesquite.
It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood. Then there is Decimino. That is understandable. Where you understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery. You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity that I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. There is nothing for... I cannot possibly imagine what else we have. I am not like them. Your silence betrays your intrusion.
Small, wrinkled, the photo, an ambrotype. It's the warmth of a winter night. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. No response. Wherever this woman is, nothing.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. But why?
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Yeah.
It's official. He too agrees.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This holocaust, they usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the docks.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more. Don't be a
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
It's not often that I see officers from the RC. What can I...
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
I haven't had any problems myself.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. I doubt it, but I can try. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the...
Hey, buddy.
You see rows of toy soldiers try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Why? What's this?
Oh, that's the headless phone, right? There's been a lot of...
He doesn't elaborate on these.
I've heard about it.
Yes, there are several competing versions. The headless phone, 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it. Or some... Did I mention that this figure...
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control. This panel usually closes the water, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed samurai. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal... Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need... Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks.
The words, dead...
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is... Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Well, there's the fishing village. Yeah, not really much else.
There's a pile of cheap...
You like sunglasses, officer?
These are all boring. Those UV stickers are...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool.
No luck.
Oh, that visor is...
Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection against...
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
There are
Don't be shy.
Save the economy. That sounds off.
Life? I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me...
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my...
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of sh... It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23.
What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 pool. Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it?
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn fool. Good. Mistakes are forgiven.
Yes. Why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about...
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, in Martinez, the UNCOP is a pejorative term.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is...
If I knew...
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
I have really outdone...
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
René. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food.
The only one you have.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then? Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know. No, officers, I'm sorry.
Then help them, you wimp.
He means caviar.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something odd.
I'm not.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of union prick he can't even...
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Evrard Claire. Everyone in Martinez knows...
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history.
The old soldier mumbles something. There he stands, proud.
Let's try not to get caught in a...
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes.
No, thank you.
Welcome to Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this. Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you. One has to earn one's success.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Oh my, of course. What a man. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Hard to say. Cop habit. You look at this isn't case related, you think. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens. An off-key melody starts playing.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown up.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Please don't do that.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. The worker, perhaps he's on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above.
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Try to force a tear out of your duct. Really rip into the whole...
Officer, get a hold of yourself, please.
Sweetie, I'm sorry, but I think you need more help. Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
Ruining his life.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. For the room and broken window. Like what? I was really enjoying talk. Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes, not the whole...
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not...
There are these things called days. You sleep between them.
Yes? Do I have a...
It's not a shaker. It's...
Am I wearing it? Am I smiling? Because I...
Play it calm. This...
Even more reason for me not to serve you, sir.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. Through a PA by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes. Sounds like you should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. No, don't sing the happy song. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is...
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you well? Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. But it's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man.
I know exactly what you meant. You think But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually...
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his
Whatever you say, officer. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God. Thanks for that, but...
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Fine. It's about biological not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to suit yourself.
What the fuck?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy... The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. The back end of the cabin has a small a book with ragged...
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is.
The driver has adorned his space.
Oh my god.
Bastards! We have a right! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. Good. We're fighting for... Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talk. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families to feed.
So do we, Scab.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a pity.
Let us work!
Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
Oh god, I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay. Let's do investigate the kitchen. Oh, what's in the trash can? I've made no progress besides just saying funny shit.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign... Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs his ladle. It's almost like music. especially with the sounds of...
Okay. Yes.
Yes?
To be followed. God, I thought the kitchen would have more information. Okay, I gotta get in the harbor. Is everything else there?
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Okay.
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Oh no, I think it's probably bad for me.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezed...
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further. There is nothing funky, cheap, lesser rate the mosquito.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile...
You are then the coin. This but enough. I cannot possibly imagine. It is this lead your racial...
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary.
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. Mr. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only jammed individualism. You have gotten these... Of course it does. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side projects. What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never get...
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hurt. And you're just going to let him manipulate you like that? Let's think of something happening.
I couldn't even get the fucking body down. I'm too much of a drunk bastard. Oh, you can zoom in and out. Okay, that's cool.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The
activity.
He's about to blow! Cops can... Kuno, looks like it's time for me to go. I'm going away for a
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from me, pig!
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
There must be another way into the building.
My God. Okay.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against your... The door rattles again. But this...
Stop banging on the door! Ha! The police? Everyone knows the... No. I already told you. Go check the backyard door.
Backyard door? There must be...
Madame, I assure you.
There is no reply. The door...
Stop banging on the door! Ha! No. Go check the...
Backyard door.
Jesus Christ.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling.
Good afternoon, officers. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
Beaton, my maiden name. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the...
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is...
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the...
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer,
Of course, ma'am. We should have... And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he does...
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. Some kind... I do believe you, naive as that may sound.
As I said, ma'am, his technique...
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't...
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open...
They're profiting from this.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Or, you can recover your badge, though if I'm...
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Advanced race theory.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time?
The situation might have changed drastically.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? What?
There was a touch of discomfort there.
The Pines call... And that is the...
The Wild Pines group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribe.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty.
A billion?
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem... A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark.
She nods.
It's quite...
Ingredients...
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetics. Yes.
Wild Pines...
We're in logistics. Yes.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Unlikely, officer. Perhaps you've noted... I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. Yes? I'm very... In the meantime, I'll still try to assist you in any way I can.
Is what you want to say, but look at that lady. Take a gander. A well-kept, wild duck. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say, within reason. Now look at you. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Yes.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Of course.
Oh my god.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a
Is it really that important?
like a nervous cat. He keeps stealing.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme.
We will remove the body as soon as possible.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
It'll take more than rain.
You didn't answer the question.
It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky.
My name?
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone, placed right next to. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these, he could be a witness. He did leave us. If we find a way inside.
A stone, like any other. There's a key beneath it. Rust.
This must be for the. We'll just have to go in.
This door has been closed with a padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but the better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has no reply. The shackle.
After you, detective.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops. You can feel tension on the other. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely...
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not...
Let's go. We don't have a reason to be...
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. Go ahead, then.
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so fun?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony.
Ask away, policeman. Oh, that one is a scientist. I think he studies astrology. Something to... That's what I said.
The lieutenant shakes his... Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's...
People come and go.
They probably just moved. Or...
No one lives there. Impossible. I would know if someone... Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Great. Young people.
She mumbles some kind of... You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number?
Excuse?
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on!
Well, that was smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not...
Boy, there are a lot of different...
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in... Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes... And again, I have no idea how stupid a hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant...
The sum must have been puny.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. Both apartments are now unrentable. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trapped. Ha! Sounds like you've spent too much...
It's not a compliment.
It was some... But that was months ago. Of course.
A plaster cast bust. Krasmazov, nom de guerre.
The White Star, the photos on the White Star.
The streets will flow red once more.
The streets will not flow red.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Ask her.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Oh, what? You'll push me off this
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell with the woman on the boat.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein.
Actually, there is a shortage.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant. Fucko. Watch.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath.
I'll keep my arm.
He doesn't actually reach for his gun. The star, and even today, half a century after, nothing. This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This is where the...
Let's see if anyone...
No one.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to get... We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Damn. Remember, tomorrow, no one.
We should return.
No one.
We should return.
Promising race pupil return. And look, babe. When confronted,
That's disgusting, Jean.
it is nihilistic sex maniac. I take pity on your urges. You clearly want to end very well.
Finally.
On second glance, someone...
It's unfortunate for the Union.
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized hundreds of and the same materials being handed over. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eye. You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus...
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? Right. This is probably not relevant to our case.
The drawer.
Oh my god.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, I will shield you from the elements and give me. The front of this quarterly journal features, to your disappointment, there aren't. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, like only four. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contempt,
what do you expect? It was.
You flip back to the front of the magazine, the table of contents. Unsurprising, you skim the headline. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having, according to these editors. Judging from the context, it's something. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Hobocop. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez. Of course, it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience. I knew we could trust you. This is the night watchman's booth. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. Oh boy, weird. Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else. The enormity of the case before you dwarfs the... You stand and exit the booth.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty...
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. It's a black and white photo of a young...
Why did you take that picture of René? Fine, but let's move. I don't want to...
rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh. On. Arrête. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, moving...
I can't see how that was working. You do? Because I don't. There are 1 million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It's a cargo container, We are not here to interact with containers.
You attempt to turn and to your left. The lieutenant considers your actions. No reply. Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really
well. Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Yes.
This is the night. before the cargo container. No reply. Why are you?
Because what? Now is not the time to get philosophical.
The lyrics to this container song, the accent is so...
Container, Everard, he looks after everyone. I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Look.
Told you.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother, guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martin... Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yeah.
The containers in the yard are green in wild... It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
No, not really. Mr.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, we're on a...
So no one...
Not everyone is down there, of course. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and... Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. No, I don't think that...
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in there?
Bye-bye.
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large, with great effort.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, I'm Everard Clare, head of the Dubois... I'd offer you my... but unfortunately my...
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair on the...
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner. Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong... I, too, have convictions. What should you find yourself more amenable...
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain... This should take care of that It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few...
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Don't mention it. But also, don't forget it. I'm just kidding.
He's not.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter.
His slug-like lips move. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravity. Oh God, why didn't you think of this before? Cops have guns. It's gone. Your gun is gone. There's nothing in it.
Are you all right? It's not like you left...
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Officer, we will deal with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry.
Mr. Dubois.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What?
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois!
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining...
Okay, enough. We are...
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night.
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredible, and I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar.
Fantastic! You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. What?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what? I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want...
He's hiding.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too.
None taken. Do we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Oh, that's very... One thing I want to make... Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. If she actually wants to see... Of course, I have no... Tell her about...
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other.
My dear Harry, there are literal... Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious...
Smooth talking? Maybe that...
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real...
Bro, I'm lost.
So?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to...
It's but a rest area? Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye. Like man of the... A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I knew this man. What you're looking for is a bit...
Okay, but...
The janitor get none of this mess we're in. This jive. I'm more...
He mean who he is?
The mercenary.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair. The tear machine stabbed. Your bottles clunk into the machine. You're 100% sure you got special hobo cop money for that tear. At least 100% extra.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know any. Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, so anything else?
No, you don't. That was easy. Worryingly so.
Is this...
There he still is, looking right through. Ha ha ha. Again, the corpse laughs at you. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse.
Bro.
Throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. Little black bubbles pop on the corpse's lips. Decay lick.
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill...
Relax. It's okay if you don't...
Oh my god.
This must be it. The basement door. You try to be as silent as you can. Finally, the door there might be important. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A little ring. There's something, it looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people. You ain't gonna change some. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much.
There's the missing tin soldier. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much.
You could ask Everard who the... This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, it's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw happen. By old, the lieutenant does not bow to the... It is not my flag, he thinks. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A little... There's something... It looks like the artist is celebrating.
I'm beginning to feel better.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
It's better.
She hasn't spoken to...
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking. Yes, the debardure. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on no one. The boss has been unmanned since last month.
No one has been guarding...
Yes! It's...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire...
The possibility of someone being in there is enough.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and pity.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boss now? She?
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, yes. Like I said.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I help? Oh, sweet Jenny.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in...
We knew her. She was...
And then you stole her from me.
Oh.
You stole her.
Well...
We were just... No point starting this all over again.
She... René...
Die.
Deep. We knew she was...
And then you stole her from me.
It's okay, officer. You might show everyone...
What?
There, let's try... Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How many? Just a second. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? Please, no. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you.
Oh, those again. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple, I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the..." There is silence on the other end of the line.
No idea. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, well, I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
You hear
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a sec.
10-2.
a scrawny old man. The man uses real...
10-4 message. 10-18. State your message, sir. 10-4, I hear you.
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs...
Don't give that asshole anything.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before...
Vigmar said... He says it's important.
He isn't getting a rent.
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. 10-4. Your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over. 10-4, anything else for you? 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is...
Any other good...
He's saying
He what? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick...
Dick Mullen is not your name. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are...
Fuck me!
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his... He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9.
New Heights, ask him.
Sergeant...
Oh, fuck. Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like...
He says he did it.
Thank God for that. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fetch.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Right. If I get in this fucking body, I'm so dumb.
There he still is, looking right through you. As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind.
They do after 7.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants. And the material appears delicate and fragile. These are clearly not boots. They're...
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are ceramic plate, zirconium under the heel. Fair weather. The locals probably scavenged it. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
The sabatons dangle off the man's dick.
It is. We've requested similar for a full set.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them? Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism...
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what
A small bell-like sound fills the air. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic...
Faint, organic light, like whirls of floorboards. If trees were made of the smooth glow, the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number
Good. Can you read?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his...
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole?
I don't know, baby.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased's foot?
The cadaver slowly... The hangman's knot is pulled tight, but this is a steel-reinforced...
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any split.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines. His corpse is marked by stars, alcohol, and heartbreak.
Of no nation that I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from
an instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a...
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only 1 ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. Sure.
The glassy-eyed corpse, his dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready.
I'm gone. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A mother. Go ahead, Coppo. What do you mean? It's the power of your magic. Go ahead. In the past. Wait, because you're a copper coming right up. Copperoonie Rooney. This is getting up because you have loved it, me and Provocopo. It was love all along. Sure, looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost...
Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you don't. Between you, come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori feature.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? Come back later.
As you narrow your eyes, this is a trick. You've done it before. Pink, only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of...
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes...
The monster comes back into focus. And
So, what do you think? I agree.
His personality is
totally dead.
Sure, the corpse looks by.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. But I do.
Stop talking.
He means you fucked him up good.
The victim...
The fucking...
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel...
But there is no breath to catch. He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating. And
the cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the bed without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. Climb up there and... There has to be a less risky way. With less falling down of trees. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be...
I would really prefer if there was another way. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skew.
Yeah!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno.
I'll blow his head.
Take...
Yeah, take...
Silence. And produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge, securing it. That's a Kiel A9090. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position. Take it. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that...
God damn it.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with...
Kuno's so...
The lieutenant doesn't...
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely. It's bad. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just...
This is the sorriest pit.
You fucking banana point.
Cold piece.
The fuck are you wait?
The buckle comes into...
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Your field of view, the slow move.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now? Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna do it? Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous.
Don't.
Do it! Put it right here, Mulka!
Intense shit, copper.
Look what he's done! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Your field, the slow...
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Fucking pussy didn't shoot!
We need to go to the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men. I did not want to...
You need to suck more!
What the fuck?
An intricate web, the pattern still kind of has, and for you to someone who knows about history, gone.
Oh my god.